Hello then, ladies and gentlemen. Notice I started speaking when the music lulls down there. See, I know how to make an entrance. How are we all doing? Indeed, it's a later stream than normal. The reason for that is I've had about 4 hours of, what do you call something that you think's a waste of time? Team building exercises. That's the word. That's the ticket. Hey, doing that, Rochi? Hello there, AT. Yang is best girl. And I was watching vintage aircraft landing on carriers. Good evening to you as well. That sounds pretty cool. I take it you were watching them online? How you doing there, Shiver Sprite? Good to have you, my dude. Hello there, Stormgurken. Good to have you. Okay, we'll get started here shortly. How you doing there, Paul? Indeed, trash talking time. So there we go, recording the replay now. We'll get going here shortly then. I'll give people some time to actually get into the actual stream. Always a good thing to do, really, isn't it? I suppose you could call it the Christian thing to do there. How you doing there, Paul? Good to have you, my dude. Okay. So tonight, with it being a late one, what I'm going to do here then is principally get the replay done. And we might have some time go through it, but it won't be a 2-3 hour stream, so I'm currently in an RP. That's pretty cool, dude. Yeah, it should be interesting. It should be interesting. There are some things I'd like to discuss, but the thing is, obviously, I do not wish to discuss them. Not on this part of the actual stream as of yet, but we'll see. We'll see. Once we get the casuals out of the way, then we'll be able to move on to that then. Not a casual. Yep, indeed, let's hope that this time will bring honor to the Empire. That'd be nice. Well, this is it. Well, we're not going to have a lot of planning here anyway. We're going to get this done, and we'll maybe have about half an hour, something like that. We'll see how long. It is a little bit later than usual. So, yeah, we're going to be looking for turn 10. So here we are, 9 PM. The allotted time, the allotted hour. I'm just here for the memes, that sounds about right. Okay. The devil in the deep blue sea. No. I could only imagine he's going to be surface level referring to the mighty Midikata Batai, but I don't think that is who he's referencing here, so a little bit nervous. We haven't seen the USN carriers for some time, so who knows what he could be referencing. Well, referencing there. Referencing there. Let's go ahead and take a look then, shall we? How you doing there, Off-Matar? Good to have you, my friend. Best girl is Akagi Kaga. That's brilliant. Okay, so we did notice that last turn the level of Moonlight is decreasing, which I suppose when we're conducting these amphibious operations is a good and a bad thing. Obviously it helps out his submarines, obviously it helps out our efforts against submarines, and obviously it helps us out of these night attacks, but then again, it's one of these things is... I'd imagine the Moonlight may help the Americans as well. So we'll see what happens here then. So obviously we do have the additional load in here. So this is the Invasion Support Action Alternate. Okay, Sculpin over here then. The Fuyo attempting to engage her. But she abandons the search as she cannot locate her. Understandable, so ASW attack there with the Wakataki and Fuyo. From what we've seen of the turnout base, it doesn't seem like there's much. S-37 here being engaged by the Shonan Maru, I believe. Abandons the search there. He's been very bold by having them in Kandari, and he's seen some potential success. Obviously, he's launching torpedoes at targets, but the thing is, he's put his submarine in a lot of danger here. I'm not gonna press the escape button. Yep, there we go. So we can see this is what I'm talking about. Like, he is scoring potential success here by being able to engage the assets. But the thing is, as soon as I have them disbanded in the port, they are more or less safe. I do need to have them actually docked to make sure they are safe while they are a task force. While they are a task force, it is considered that they're out at sea to a degree. and therefore not entirely sheltered. Right, okay, so we do see the Gar over here, attempting to engage the mine layer. Gar is bottoming out over here. Now these guys, I do believe they actually do have depth charges, potentially have depth charges. Abandoning the search over here. We can see that Moonlight is down to 92% here at the moment. Okay, and here we go. We have the Bombardment of Ambon. Open up with the Hyuga, the Fuso, the Issei, and what is the name of the other one now? I forgot the name of the other one. You know, I can't remember the name of the other one now. It's past my mind. I'm blaming on it being late. But it's very good here to see that we actually are able to make it through, and we are opening up here with the 360mm guns. Yamashiro, that's it. I knew that. Very, very much indeed. Loving this. So obviously we're engaging here with the main battery, engaging with the secondary battery as well. We are trying to suppress the defenses of Ambon, really give him something of a rude awakening here. Fuso fanboy. Loving it. I mean, they are very nice. I'm very happy that we were not actually engaged by a submarine here, so that's very nice to see there. He's not going to be too happy to not have been able to get a submarine off, though I might have spoken too soon. Okay, there we go. So we have Hyuga, Issei, Yamashiro, and Fuso open fire. They achieve 183 casualties reported, 2 destroyed, 2 disabled, 5 destroyed, 7 disabled. No engineers are destroyed nor disabled. We inflict 5 hits on the actual airbase, 5 there on the airbase supply, 26 on the actual runway, 11 hits there on the port. As we can see here, the F1M2 Pete acts as a spotter for Hyuga. Well, this is it. It's a nice way to begin the invasion over here, which is very good. Ideally, will spell success for us. Yeah, you can see here the 150mm coastal batteries are pretty harsh. Fuji there taking a big hit. Yeah, I don't think Fuji's going to be making out of this. And this is why we had to suppress the defenses, but unfortunately not enough. But it looks like we move through there, so Fuji does take 2 shells there. She's on fire with heavy damage. We have 54 casualties reported here, 5 squad disabled, 1 non-combatant disabled, 1 gun lost over here. So we still see that the 150mm coastal defense gun batteries are definitely in operation here. 52 guns fired back. Ideally we do make it through here. Right, no additional troops are lost during the unlanding, well sorry, the unloading. Okay, Ashigara opening up over here at Koepang. Well, I mean, this is it. 150mm shell is gonna hurt. I think Fuji is potentially one of the older APDs, but we'd have to double check. I don't believe we'll see any sort of coastal defenses at Koepang. But here we go. I mean, it's amazing to see that we have an invasion over here, an invasion over here the same night. Well, this is it. 54 casualties is normally what we lose on the unloading. As we're still to see what happens here during the actual days to come. Ideally, I just need to get the forces unloaded and then be able to see what we can do in the morning. Tomozoru opening fire there, the torpedo boat. Okay. So we sustained 30 casualties there. Thankfully, these are only disabled. We have 25 coastal guns fire in response. We do inflict 22 casualties there. We can see that the Ashigara was firing at the Dili detachment, so I don't know really what the size of this force is for certain, but if the amount of guns firing back is anything to go by, it shouldn't be that large. Yeah, there we go, 154 casualties reported here, so we have 6 squads destroyed, so this is what can happen, obviously, when they're unloading. But it is a large unit. Okay. Atago opening up over here at Ambon. Range 7,000 yards, 6,000 yards, 5,000 yards. Ideally, we don't see the 150mm open up again, but she may yet. Ideally, this supplementary bombardment will help us out here. Yeah, we are receiving return fire from the coastal defense guns. And we have to do this. We have to do it. But of all things, the heavy cruisers can more than likely at least sustain hits. It's still not good being hit by a shell of that caliber, but between everything bar a battleship, at least they have the most capability of handling it. How you doing there, Battle Group? Good to have you, my dude. So far, no hits on the Takao. Shells are landing close, though. Yeah, Minikaze's hit by 150mm, and again. I mean, this is to be expected. It is very difficult to engage. Yeah, Minikaze taking another hit there. Ooh. And again, I don't think Minikaze is going to make it through here, but this is what it is. Perhaps it might have been better to have had the battleships go inside them, well, alongside them, but I was hoping for a more successful bombardment, but still, we'll see. Heavy fires, heavy damage. 43 casualties, we do inflict 10 casualties here as well. I'm not entirely sure. It might be that obviously the heavy cruisers are stationed further back, while obviously the APDs are heading towards the actual beaches over here. So far we've had bombardments. Then we go another little bombardment there for patrol boats. 26 casualties lost there during the surf. Well, the thing is, the DD, it has no chances. Okay, yep, here we go. We have our destroyers over here. Now, bear in mind, I did not actually press escape, so the game's just moving really fast. Yep, Allied Naval Force is surprised. I'm not exactly shocked at that one. So I did alter the pattern over here for the ratio, and these are very, very good Japanese destroyers. So I don't think the little... Yeah... She's not going to make it out of here, is she? It really is not going to be easy there. Okay. Yeah, she's been torpedoed as well, so she's definitely going to go down there. I think at this point we could be certain that she's indeed dead. It probably has some sort of armaments, but it's not going to do anything. Yeah, these guys are actually heading down to the Dutch East Indies. So she was shelled 7 times and she was torpedoed once. So let's see, maximum visibility in clear conditions at 30,000 yards. Japanese lookout spot the Allied task force at 19,000 yards. So we're close to about 14,000 yards. So we actually launched the long lance torpedoes at 14,000 yards before Allies detected. Jesus. Yeah, that is absolutely deadly. Been able to launch the torpedoes before the Allies are even aware. My god, no wonder we actually hit with a torpedo there. That's not too bad then, to say 1 torpedo launch, 1 torpedo hit. That's not bad. Okay. Additional invasion support over here then with the Kama, Maru, and the torpedo boat. So we have 8 casualties over there, just 1 squad disabled. Hagi opening fire over here at Ambon. Luckily no damage so far received back. I mean, we might lose 2 destroyers over here, but the thing is I can deal with that. We've got to take the base. It is a very important base in the area for him. The fact that it does have the coastal gun batteries. Yep, there we go. Takao does take a hit there. Severe casualties, unfortunately. It looks to be in the upper works. So it looks like some repairs are going to be necessary, but we can deal with that. Yeah. It's a big gun. It is indeed a big gun. Yeah, Namikaze takes a hit there. I suppose in the future we'll have the battleships lead. It wasn't... yeah, Namikazes are going to make an out of this. Nanakaze. Oh, no Kaze, sorry. We'll speed things up. Okay, so Takao takes a hit there. Namikaze takes 2 hits. Nokaze takes 1 hit there. Sawakaze takes 2 hits. Kagan Maru there. Right, 020 here. Well, the thing is like we have to take the base, so it's gonna happen that we do take damage. The thing is, imagine had we sent... that's very nice there. S41, ideally we can take care of her. Yeah, there we go, a little bit of damage. We do actually have very good depth charges here. These are our best depth charges at the moment in time. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate about the damage here, but the thing is, if they do survive, we'll be able to work with them. I could probably get them fixed up. If they're able to limp away, then at least I can do something. So she receives 3 hits there. Ah, thank you very much for that, Taji. Really appreciate it. Okay, yeah, unfortunately one of our ships there receives a torpedo. Hit but no explosion, but another torpedo there. And this is the hard part of when we're actually in these waters. We've got to deal with these submarines. But she's in port, so I can save her. If she doesn't go down, she's unlikely to go down. We'll be able to save her in the port. Unfortunately, she does go down, and I haven't pressed escape here. This is just how fast the game's going. Right. I don't know why they went out there. That's got to have been a mission, yeah. Okay, that was a holdover from the mission in China. That's irritating. Yep, so that is a wee bit irritating. So basically, that was a holdover from their mission, in China. Obviously, we moved them down here to Macau and then over here to Bangkok. So, note to self: make sure that their missions aren't set. But at least we get to see what he has over there. When we do see that there's a combat air patrol, it's a shame to lose those aircraft. But at least we know what he has in the combat air patrol now, so I suppose we'll take the good from that then. Yeah, we do have fighters enough to deal with that. Additional bombers making it through here to Wenkao. If those DDs survive, we can send them to Kandari or Babaldwarp. Well, I'd like to get them out to Babaldwarp to ideally... It's one of these things. It's like the... well, Allied submarines are being a pain at the moment. Because I'm not quite in a position to really have effective... It's one of these things. We're just going to have to deal with it for the time being. There's no easy solution as our HW isn't amazing. Okay, apparently the Ki-27s do not engage. How you doing there, Felix? Nah, nothing too bad so far. We landed at Ambon, which has been painful so far, but it is what it is. Ah, here we go. We finally have the Ki-27s engaging. SB3 damaged, driven away by defensive fire, and another one by defensive fire. A little bit of damage there. Yeah, we shoot one down. Fantastic. Yeah, it's a shame about those free bombers there. But as annoying as it is, we at least know what's in the combat air patrol there now, so I can work with that. We'll speed this one up. Okay, so one of them shot down. We might have some operational losses, but we can deal with that. Yep, the battleships have opened up at Ambon. Right, okay. Strafing is really interesting. Okay, yeah, they were flying down here at 100 feet. That's really interesting. Lucky that they didn't actually land a hit there. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, we're sweeping the base over here. I'm tired of this son of a bitch. I think he's gonna live yet, isn't he? God damn that guy. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, first of all... Right, Sailfish is reported hit. There's a few things over here that we could easily miss without this. So, Sailfish is reported hit, a LCVP is reported hit, HDML is reported hit, so I imagine this is over here by Palembang. G3M2 sighting 3 allied ships near Osthaven, so we are seeing ships out here by Osthaven. So this is it, we might have missed this otherwise. Right. Mission cancelled for 13K for the, sorry, Ki-48-1B Lilies from the 90th Sentai. Yudachi shadowed by allied reconnaissance near Kandari. To be expected there. Yep, allied submarines over here. PT-32 reported hit. Yeah, so she does unfortunately go down there. I don't think she had anything on board, other than maybe supplies, so we'll see about that. Right, here we do have the additional bombers hitting Badan. We have increased the altitude a little bit here, so I did it a little bit better. Take that back. We do land a actual hit on the supply base, so that's nice enough. Right, we do have the 4-139 WH3s coming in again. Ideally, no luck. Right, we do inflict some damage. I'm not liking the fact that it's coming in low here. It is difficult to be able to deal with these things without having aircraft nearby. Okay, so we do see the Hyuga there once again engage in Ambon. So this will be the second bombardment. I think what we'll have to do in the future then is, against bases such as this, is actually have the battleships actually join. Is the issue of having them... I wanted to make sure that they actually carried out their mission. Yeah, and only strafing. But the fact is they're strafing, but they're still carrying 300 kilogram bombs, so it does worry me. Yeah, I mean, they're set to 100 feet, which is considered a strafe. Well, the thing is, if they're actually based there, we might be able to deal with them, which would be nice. The range is really just brilliant. I imagine we're actually, outranging the 5.9-inch gun, the 150mm. Nice to see the big guns open up. But ideally, this will soften up the actual garrison sufficiently so we can deal with it. They're not going to be the best troops. They are Dutch troops, so they're not bad, but they're not superb. We're going to measure for the actual defences over here shortly, I'd imagine. What I may end up doing is actually flying supply in rather than risking ships until we can actually subdue the base. But that's more encouraging. So we've inflicted about 200 odd casualties with the actual battleship guns here. We do land more hits, but we land more hits actually on the allied forces. So 8 squads are disabled, 8 squads disabled there. So that's not bad at all there. I'm happier with that now. Right, yeah. That's not good. Sawakazi takes a hit there. Yeah, that's unfortunate. He's going to feel like a tactical genius now, isn't he, by just throwing his subs into single hexes. So we lose the Sawakazi there. Unfortunate, but we have to deal with it. Well, that's to be expected. I mean, she was damaged, she's burning. She's an easy target. Right, here we go. That is the end of the naval action. So we don't see anything from the mini-kid battalion. We do see the bombardment over here at Wenkao. Well, the thing is, we do have them down there in the Dutch East Indies. It's just a fact of, well, we can't get everything down there. We are dealing with a lot of allied submarines. Things will improve over time, but the fact is, it's like, we are going to lose ships. It is inevitable. Luckily, the ship that was actually lost was not the battleship, so we'll see how that goes. How you doing there, Ivakan? Good to have you, my friend. We'll take a look at the mini-kit Batai in the future, actually. Well, we do have more ships on the way. We do have more ships on the way. I mean, I can't give you, like, a quantitative number at the moment, but more. Okay, we have a deliberate attack here against the actual... Yeah, so 48th Chinese Corps, 4 AV. I'm feeling pretty confident about this. It'd be amazing if they surrendered, but they won't. Defender Ops mode. Wow, okay. The RAL... Oh, wow, okay. So he loses 414 casualties just straight up there. So, yep, okay. I'll take that. I don't know if the unit was annihilated. Doesn't look like it. Right, we have our bombardment attack over here at Numera. So we do see that his forces have recovered to a degree, but our forces have recovered as well, which is very nice. Shock attacks are very dangerous. So our troops have had the actual... Well, they've had the time here to rest, so we will obviously engage in a deliberate attack once again tomorrow. And if we could actually cause another 500 casualties, I'd be very happy there. It's all about just destroying his force in entirety, really. They're not weak. They're not weak. Their force is weak, but the fact is they do have that defensive terrain. It's not fallen yet, but the thing is I'm just bombarding this turn. I'm allowing the men to actually rest. If I wanted to see my men die young, I could shock attack, but I guarantee you the losses would be very bloody. Hollandia falls to our forces here. Obviously no garrison there. There we go, the attack at Banzai. Yeah, here we go. So, it looks like this may be a success over here at Tenno, which would be very nice. 31-1, yeah, we take the base. Yeah, they've surrendered as well, which is fantastic. No flights, and we do actually destroy 2 of the Dornier 24K1s over here. Very nice there. 99 casualties, so yeah, it was a very small force there. I can understand why they gave out. Yeah, 120 troops and they would have been attacked by over 1,000. Here we go, the bombardment. So Allied bombardment against the 4th B detachment. So we're looking at a very small garrison over here, so we'll be able to take the garrison out next turn. We do sustain 13 casualties, which is the 1 squad over here, but I'm pretty damn sure we can respond to this quite easily. So 4,191 troops in total, it seems, 37 guns. Yep, we'll be able to handle that pretty quickly. The Allied bombardment attack at Ambon, so we do see the Sparrow Battalion over here. There is a larger garrison over here, so it's going to be more difficult to deal with Ambon than the other bases there, really. So it's going to be a pain in my arse, that one. We are going to have to look towards just bombarding it continuously with heavy ships if possible, really. Oh, so was I reading the wrong one then? I think I'm used to reading it the other way around. So it's a little bit later at night. I was going to blame it on that. Yeah, I'm not going to shock attack Ambon. Right, so Roynema expands fortifications level 3. Luganville expands airfields to size 3. Fantastic. Okay, so overall it's going to seem like one of those turns where it's like, oh, it's all terrible for Japan, but no, this is a good turn. We have landed the forces at Ambon. It is a shame that we did take some losses, but, I mean, I've said this many times in the past, so is war. So we do see that there's about 6,660 troops over here then. We do have elements of the 65th Brigade. Now, let's take a look at what order they're in at the moment. Let's see. So, fatigue is actually very low. So we're looking pretty good here. So 1,433 infantry land, 448 second line troops, and 32 guns there. Yeah, definitely streaming late tonight. Not going to be doing that much. I've been out all day and that, so I'm just going to get the actual replay done here, which is where I'm going to leave it off now then, ladies and gentlemen. So, until next time, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the streams to come. Goodbye for now. Okay there. Right, so, now we've got the casuals out of the way. And it's one of these things, we knew when it came to Ambon, we were aware that there was, well, that there was going to be coastal guns. It's unfortunate that they've been as effective, but it is what it is. It doesn't look like it has an Australian unit there, which is interesting. I do not know if it actually begins the game there. But you can see why he'd reinforce that base. It does have the means to actually hold out. But the good news is now, depending on the amount of supply that's been offloaded, I don't have to stick around with ships. I'm going to probably look towards reinforcing it and resupplying it more than likely with aircraft. Okay. So it's going to begin to actually upload the replay here. Sorry about the commentary not being on top of my game. Team building exercises all day, really. Driving man to insanity. None of our own naval strikes. We didn't see any of our own. As per 2 minutes here, guys, just going to get this replay uploaded. There we go, so that'll be uploaded shortly, so you guys will be able to watch the replay again if you'd like to. I don't know why the game's resolving so goddamn fast. That one's new to me. Thanks very much for Infinite. Well, we had a bloody nose at Ambon, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So, we'll go ahead and take a look at the, take a look at the actual task force over here. So, honestly, the bombardment force isn't too bad. What I'll probably do is have them merge. Yeah, Fuji took a big series of hits there from the coastal defense gun, that's understandable. Kitabatai, the mini Kitabatai, didn't have anything there. So it looks like we lost track of the Black Hawk, but I imagine the Black Hawk is out here somewhere. The good news is, yeah, okay, now that's spectacular. That's what I really wanted here. So the fact is they're undetected now. But last time he saw us, we were over here then. Oh, thank you very much for the stream. Really appreciate it, my friend. Yep, indeed, the coastal defense guns. So this is very good then. So we do have some flexibility involved now. I mean, the question comes down to, do we look towards Perth? But the thing is, Perth is quite distant. I'm not against actually waiting to rearm and resupply. Well, refuel and resupply, I suppose we could say. Okay, so we do actually see that it has 8 bombers over here then. How much do we have ashore then? So we have a... well, we should have a good few... Let's see, how much do we actually have ashore here then with the actual troops? So we have 1,000 here then. So we'll be able to take the base tomorrow. If it doesn't fall tomorrow, it'll definitely fall the day after. Yep, 9 and 4, we should be looking good there. Now over here at Ambon, it is going to be a more difficult one there. Yeah, I can understand why we didn't go in with the APs now. Definitely can see that one. But this is it. I mean, we lost a actual destroyer, unfortunately, to a submarine. We've lost 2 ships this turn, I believe it was. Yep. So we sank the British ship that was moving up here, the Yatsing. We do lose our Eheim over here to a torpedo, unfortunately, at Kandari. I mean, if they're unloading or not, I'm just going to have to get them unloaded. So it's a shame to lose the Minikaze class, but, well, this is it. They're APDs. It's what they're made for, really. Well, the thing is, we weren't fighting for a base. Annoyingly, they're still on the rail line, but at least I get to attack them again. Another day before they're fully unloaded here. But we'll attack them again. We inflicted like 400 casualties without taking anything in return. You know what? I don't know if I got reconnaissance over Koepang until Yun this turn. It doesn't look like I got that flying there. The mid-ocean intercept. Well, the thing is, we didn't have anything flying from the Minikata here. So I don't know whether he's turned his forces north or I don't know. Right, okay, so we do see a response is actually in the makings over here, then. So we do see destroyers moving through the actual gap here, through the actual straits. Rub this in the open wound of THD. Well, the thing is, I can work with deliberate attacks. I'm always dubious about shock attacks. Okay. Right. So, unfortunately, we did have the Ki-23s that were shot down over here. Obviously, they were... I should have checked, but then again, this is what happens. I call it stream fatigue. So, obviously, the ones that were from Takao did get sent over here to Bangkok, and they did fly out over here to Rangoon. But in losing those 3 bombers, at least we actually saw what he had over there, and he is running a combat arbitral. So let's go ahead and find that. A lot of action this turn so far. Right, okay. So we do see that he has the P-40 Warhawks, we do see that he has the Hurricane 2B Tropicals, he has the Buffaloes, and he has some Blenheims over here. The Blenheims are really interesting. So yeah, it's a shame to have lost them. I mean, they were going in very low there. But at least we are aware that he's running a combat arbitral there. And the numbers aren't bad. I can definitely handle that. Yeah, I know, 4. It's one of these things, isn't it? There you go, have them stood down. But they're going to move down to join the rest of their unit now. Kota Baru. There we go. And do we know what the enemy... right. Do we know what in the enemy base in Burma? Well, this is it. It looks like that. Now, we didn't have our reconnaissance fly this turn, it seems. Why do I have a Ki-3 over here? Why is it on sweep? Did I move the wrong aircraft? I'm a wee bit confused about this. Why the hell is there a Ki-3 here? Okay. Right, well anyway, it's going to Bangkok. Well, the thing is, we've got about 64 Ki-3s there at the moment. Move the other one over there. There we go. Okay, so that takes us up to 65. Couple more in Saigon, it seems. Alright, so you're a little bit of a pirate. I can understand that obviously you're playing an RPG. Speaking of RPGs, I'm getting sent as a review copy the Coriolis effect and the expansion that I did. I can't remember what the name of the expansion is, but that's really awesome. Looking forward to that. The art in the books looks amazing, so I'm looking forward to actually seeing them. Okay. We had a quick look at the APDs, but I'll take another look again. So, Fuji took a big hit there. Namikaze, she's not too bad. I can get her out of here. Thankfully, Flooding isn't too bad. Takao took a... Let's see, what's the actual damage to Takao there? Okay, so I can repair that. I can definitely repair that. I think what we're going to do here then, let's take a look then. Right, the APDs have unloaded... Well, they've unloaded all of their actual assets. So what we're going to do here then is have the entire force move out of here as one, potentially. Though saying that, I'll probably have some of these forces detached to just get out of here themselves. But we'll sort that one out in the future. Yeah, we just need to get out of here, really. It's going to be a magnet for our attack, I'd imagine. Right. Now the thing is, we do have the Yasukuni, Maru, and the Kishino on the way. Alongside 3 other patrol boats. So I think what I'm probably going to do here, then... Yeah, I know. I'm just saying for the time being I'm just going to organise them like that. I'm going to have it split up. I think what I might do here, then, is actually have the heavy cruisers travel alongside the Kishino. The reason being I'd like to make sure we have some additional escorts there. But I'd like to have probably some of the other... probably some of the actual destroyers over there. Maybe even the other APDs could be moved down here to Koepang. It would be nice to have the ability to move out other forces in the area. Even small detachments of the actual unit could take a lot of these bases without issues. But we do see that there's 8 aircraft over here. We did take the base over here at Tenno, which is very good news. So I'm happy about that. I'm going to have that unit rest here for the time being. They did a good job. These guys, I'm going to have them dock. Though, in honesty, all honesty, they've actually finished here already. I think what we'll do then is actually have the troops loaded back up. So we'll verify that load, accept, get them loaded back up. Yes, I believe the island is more... I think it was originally Portuguese and then it was actually sold to the Dutch. I think it's something like that. Okay. The interesting thing is obviously we do see the Allied response over here. We did see some of our forces actually going out and hitting some of these ships. That's interesting. So as I expected, it looks like the vast majority of them were caught up over here at Palembang. Right. So we do see thunderstorms over the area. Yeah. Okay, so I suppose in some ways having the actual bombers lost, it does sort of reveal something to us. I think what I'm going to do as well is actually put these guys into combat mode. They'll keep moving, but at least they're not going to be in the wrong operations mode. But the beautiful news here is that Chikiang does appear to be still ungarrisoned. Which I'm very, very happy about. Right. We do have our forces closing in on Nanning. What? Okay. They should have been moving. I don't understand why they didn't move there. Well, this is it. It's just honestly crazy. Okay, so we can see some things have happened here already. So, what is he doing here, man? So I do see 13 units over here. I think it originally had about 15 units, or something about the region, about 150,000 men. Now, it's sighted 1 unit over here, then. But that's a little big for a single... No, then again, it could be like a Chinese call. Okay, that's very interesting, man. So... Well, that... Yeah, I mean, how interesting is that? I don't know what he's trying to achieve there. I imagine what he's probably going to be looking towards doing here then. I don't know, why would he do this? Why would he do this? Yeah, this is it. I think the only thing he's doing with that is he's probably looking just to secure the other side of the river here, which, I mean, okay, fine. That if he's going to just stop there, then that's okay. Honestly, I feel like he's going to be launching some sort of attack in this area at some point in the future. That feels like the most likely thing to happen. Now, luckily this unit here isn't actually moving, which is good news. The heavy cruisers shouldn't be too far out now. Whereabouts are they? Yeah, there they are. Okay, looks like we're going to have to share that fuel. I might make a stop over here. Let's see. I think what we're going to do is we're going to head into the base there at Samar. I'm going to refuel at Samar. And then at least once we've refueled, we can go bombard Wankou. Then I can go rearm afterwards. Maybe to cut your supplies by putting the troops on the road between your bases. Well, that's more than likely what's happening. But the thing is, obviously, I can move assets up through these roads over here. We do have the road network. And obviously, I can move assets up the Yangtze River here. We could potentially refuel like Pescadores. Either or, really. Either or. Okay. I'm surprised our forces haven't arrived in Nanning this turn. Right, okay, so these guys have arrived, that's good news. And so what I can do here then is actually load up the 20th Independent Engineer Unit. Right, verified load, get them moving. So when they're ready, they're going to be moving out into Malaya. Now the thing is, I could potentially have them land over here at Mersing, which it might be worthwhile doing at Mersing, but the thing is it's going to take some time to march anyway, so probably not for the best. Right, the additional artillery is moving down here. Now, we are seeing 88,000 units over here, but our detection is a little bit lower. I'm not entirely sure what he has in terms of, like, the current garrison versus the historical garrison, but it's going to be a bloody tough battle either way, really. We'll have them set to Kutabaru for the time being. Okay. But it will be very good to actually have those additional engineers there. Those ones attached to 7 armies, so I can move them out without issue. Right. I think what we do is we just wait until we actually have the bombardments to go through. Wankou is a pain in the arse, but once it does fall, then at least it's gone forever. Okay. So we don't yet have control of this hex, but we are moving towards it. So we do have the 104th, yep, they're moving out now. They're making good speed. We are heading here towards Hengyang. But the beautiful thing is the base still appears to be open, so we still have the opportunity there. So the 2nd Raiding Regiment is in strategic mode at the moment. See, they have to make it to this base over here. Now, the thing is, if I was to send them all the way down here to Hankow, it'd just take too long, I reckon. Though it's one of these things, is it worth doing? But we do have the range here from Luchao. From Luchao, I can actually make it there. Yeah, well, this is it. Wankou is times 3 terrain. I mean, I suppose we should have been bombarding it earlier, but I didn't expect it to take so long to starve. But then again, I suppose it's hard to say how much supply he's been able to sneak in through the road networks. Okay, our forces moving in over here. 38th Division is making progress. I'm going to have the Kai-27 stood down over here, actually. Yeah, that fatigue's going to be rapidly building up there. So what we're going to do is we're going to have them on training. I'll have them on sweep training, actually. Well, just uploading the actual replay so people can take a look at it. Okay. We're not going to be having that long tonight. I mean, it's 20 to 10 now. Thank you very much, Benny, for that. Much appreciated. Right, the 29th and the 36th Division has arrived over here. 36. So, I mean, this is fantastic. He's, lowered, I mean, the supply situation is interesting there. It looks like we are at the required level. So it looks like, yeah, he took 2 units out from the actual base. What I'd like to point out as well is we don't have the best detection at the moment, 7 out of 10. But the fact is we aren't seeing these units move. A little bit of poor detection over here, but we aren't seeing the units move as of yet. I'm not seeing any Chinese units moving here at all, actually, barring this one. So his attention here in China is very much where we want it to be. So it looks like he's not... I mean, this is it. I mean, at Chikiang, or Chikang, whatever, Chikian, whatever. It's an amazing opportunity that can be developed there. Absolutely incredible. So, the actual paratroopers are going to be on the rail lines over here. Now, has a full unit made it over? It has, which is fantastic. Supply Changsha, let's take a quick look. So we do have 26,000 tons over here then, so we do have sufficient supplies here to launch a full-blooded attack here tomorrow. Interestingly enough, we didn't see the bombers fly over here. That's interesting, it might have been due to the poor weather actually. No, almost there, Cola. Almost. I spent most of the day bloody doing, like, team building exercises, which is really, really boring. But I thought I'd get the actual stream out here. At least get some progress made, and then we can call it a night. Have you considered paratrooping across his rail lines? Well, what we're going to be doing here then, Ultimateur, is we are going to be looking towards having the raiding regiment dropped over here to the base, and ideally spelling the doom of China. And that is a real possibility there. It is entirely possible that this may lead to the eventual downfall of China. Now, what we could potentially do here then, is we could, this is something that Infinite pointed out as a potential possibility, is have the Sasebo 8th SLF actually dropped into one of these bases as well. Now, the thing that really bugs me is that I would have loved to have actually seen if there was any units in these bases, but it looks like we weren't able to actually get out there. But that's fine. We'll just keep running reconnaissance. What I mean is obviously having them, not over this base, but obviously having them reinforced is what I mean. I tell you, this is what happens when I'm streaming late. Definitely not in my A game. Yeah, I know, Infinite. I know, man. Okay. Right, the independent engineers are marching back to Canton. I'm gonna need them in Malaya, really. Overall, things are good. Right, so what we're gonna do here then is we'll take that off. Enemy units, task forces. So we do see something out here then. So we do still see the tankers out here. And let's take a look at the state of our men over here then. Right, fatigue is down to 13, 8, 8, 11. We will go for a deliberate attack next turn then. Assault value rising there to 89, 88. We do have the 8th Tank Regiment there at 65. Then at 6 and 2. Very good news. Thank you very much there for those bins. Gonna eat them all out. Okay, so we're going to go for the deliberate attack then. And the beauty of this is, it is just attritional warfare, just at its most brutal over here in Numea. We don't have good detection over his actual force, but it is easy to estimate what is left by looking at the combat reports. It's nice to actually take out 2 of those aircraft there. At least that's 2 less aircraft that we have to worry about. But I imagine they were probably damaged and unable to fly. Right, so we do see 3,439 defenders, 67 guns, 17 assault value still. Okay. The hardest part is also going to be to deal with Ambon in the time, well, for the time being. I mean, this was quite nice. I mean, maybe we go for the shock attack. I think we'll probably go for the shock attack then, considering operations mode. They had a good leader, morale, experience, supply. Yeah, and I'll switch them over to a shock attack. It's unlikely that it's going to be able to do anything much. Yeah, playing a little bit here. Oh, a bit part. Oh dear. As we'll go for a shock attack over there, ideally completely annihilate that Chinese force and get it out of the way. But that is a remnants there of a Chinese corps, which is really amusing. What was it, the 48th? So I don't see any of his forces actually moving here. Now, I suppose the situation here is going to be looking rather interesting. See, the thing is, we don't know what sort of reconnaissance he has here in China. That's the part that we don't know about. We don't know what he can see and what he can't see. But let's imagine that obviously he's aware of what's going on in Changsha. Obviously he'll be able to see what's going on there. He's going to see one of the units is leaving Changsha. But just like we didn't know, when it came to Changsha and obviously his forces pulling back, is just how many of them are pulling back. He may see this as potentially a response to the forces coming out from Chang, maybe. But I don't know, it's one of these things, it's hard to try and guess your opponent's thinking sometimes. Right, so we are nearly at where we need to be here. So I'm going to tell them to obviously head for the base hex here. Or for that hex there, south of the base. Annoyingly, that does reset the progress, but they are in clear terrain, so it'll not take them long to catch that back up. Well, this is it. We'll go ahead and go for a deliberate attack, I reckon. I mean, we do have here now 7,143 assault value. And what I'd like to do is, in the future streams, I'd like to go through these actual divisions. And I'd like to look if there's actually some lemons in command, you know what I mean? Like, I'd like to see here really what we're working with in terms of command. I don't want to have any poor commanders. Ideally, if I can get superior commanders, then at least I'll help out. But then again, there's that many commanders here. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference if there are a couple lemons. But obviously, it would be preferable to have some pretty damn decent forces. The good news is a lot of them do have some pretty decent preparation for Changsha. Everybody has at least some level of preparation. The 110th Division there is well led. Okay, so we do have some pretty decent commanders and we have some pretty middling commanders. Yeah, 37 exactly. But the thing is, it doesn't particularly matter as much with the artillery. It's more so the divisions. We have here 237 political points, so we do have some available. But the thing is, we do want to keep some political points available for other applications there, really. So take a look at aircraft lost today. So we actually lost 4 Donia 24k ones then. That's really interesting. We do unfortunately lose 3 of our K21s there, but that's what it is. 2 of our H6K4s are operational losses, which is no good. That's obviously the fatigue there. We have reduced the flying percentages, so ideally we'll be able to replace that. An S23 Empire, I've not seen that. A PBY5 Catalina shot down. Operational losses, DC2. Operational losses, interesting. Okay. Yeah. Better lemon than a bad apple. Well, he'll just have to suck it out. Right then, so let's see. My god, okay. Those fortifications do take a significantly large amount of time there. I may stop the building of fortifications over here at Wuchang, and I think I'm going to stop that. The reason being I don't want to be sucking up any additional supply in this area. I may... well, we'll see about this. It is worthwhile getting to level 5 fortifications. I might stop expanding the airfield for the time being. We do have an adequate size here. We're not... yeah, okay. What I'm going to do here then is stop working on the actual airfield for the time being. As you can see, we do retain that progress on the airfield, so we'll decide in the future if we need to do that. There's 26,000 tons of supply over here, nearly 27,000 tons. So we have 4,567 tons of air. So what I'm going to be doing here then is moving some additional supply up the river if we're able to do so. We do have the actual task force over here on its way back. But we'll send something else upriver then shortly, I'd imagine. I'd like to get additional supply up over here to Heika and Wuchang. But the thing is, well, this is it. I'd like to build this up to level 5. I mean, it may... I don't know. It's hard to say really what it's going to be doing here. I can turn it off at Wuchang because obviously if he's moving on this side, but he's not moving in a aggressive manner, at least now. So that's fine. I would like to have some fortifications here, because obviously we are going quite heavily into Changsha. Right, so additional artillery moving out over here, then. If you're short of everything except enemy, you're in China, pretty much. But our odds are looking very good here, then. I mean, 7,143. The thing is, I'm expecting him to have a couple levels of fortification. Look at those guys. Level 2, yeah. Our troops are not going to be kicked out of here. Definitely not kicked out of here. We have a good few engineers. These guys need to be moved out. Some units get in here accidentally. Though I suppose it might be... Well, then again, they're not going to be attacking. It might be worthwhile, I suppose, keeping them here for the time being, but I'd rather have them sent elsewhere. I think what I'll do then is have them move out for the time being towards another base, but I don't imagine Changsha is going to be falling anytime soon, so I'll get them out there to save them, but also to make use of them, really. If they get on there accidentally. Okay. So we do have 26,000 tons here, then. Leave them? Yeah, maybe. I suppose it's worthwhile keeping them here rather than having them march. So we'll keep them there for the time being. At least then we actually have some aviation support actually in the city once it does fall. Which ideally should do. So what we are going to do here then is we are going to go forth and order the general attack. The first general full-blooded deliberate attack at Changsha. So as you can see there, every unit is now going to attack. Obviously the headquarters are on defense here. Right, these guys. Put them on to combat. China Expeditionary Army is obviously moving out of here. Yep, additional engineers have arrived as well, which is fantastic. So we have the 22nd Independent Engineers. We have the 7th Independent Engineers. So very good to have them available now. Well, yeah, I can imagine tens of thousands are going to be lost in this battle here. So these guys are just normal engineers, but I can still make use of them. They're not particularly handy, but they are decent for obviously building a base back home. Yeah, go forth and multiply. Right, those are defensive guns. Just AT guns, really. The tanks will be going forward as well. I'm not looking forward to seeing the vehicle losses, but the fact is we can replace them, and they're going to have a terrible toll to reap on the other side of the river. So we're going to go forward then with a combined strength of 7,000 assault value. It's going to be a very bloody battle. We're looking at 110,372 frontline infantry, 168,862 second line infantry, 2,837 vehicles, 2,461 guns there. Well, those, well, yeah, and actually, you know what? It might be worthwhile sparing them. Maybe. I think I'm actually going to look after them. That's a good point, actually. I'm going to put them on defend, actually, for the time being. They would be useful, but I think in this first battle, I think we might reserve them, actually. Though saying, well, it's hard to say about, really. I think for the time being, then, we'll put them on defend, but it might be worth it. Even if it says go big or go home. Ah, dear. They do play an important role. Honestly, it would be good to reduce the fortifications there. Yeah. I suppose we'll go forward with them. It is gonna hurt. But at least they can make a difference there. I suppose this is it. The sooner we break down the fortifications, the better. We'll see how the attack goes. It is going to be a bloody one. I don't think there's any real two ways I can go about doing this, but it's not going to be bloody. Yes, those ones have engineer squads. IGA engineer squads. So interestingly, we didn't see the actual attack over here then. I'm going to assume that was down to the weather, perhaps. So we do have the Korean Army and the 20th Army moving in. Make sure whatever's attached to them is actually planned for Changsha, man. Yeah, they respawn, but the thing is, obviously, they respawn. Well, they come back in poor positions, really. Well, we're not attacking with obviously. We only have really the 3 engineer regiments. They're all at 38. I imagine. Well, actually, no, these units probably a little bit. Interesting. Why is their load different? So we have 1380 here. We have 3276. So we have 36 IGA squads. 48 here. Okay, so they have some additional guns there. And they actually do have half-tracks, which is interesting. These have the engineering tanks. Only 3 of them. Sorry, no, 12 of them. I suppose it is going to be worthwhile. We can replace the actual losses there. I mean, if we do have victory here in China, then that is going to be... We'll have ample time to replace the losses. It's going to be a very bloody battle. It is going to be very, very bloody. So I think what we take a look at then over here at Bangkok. Let's take a look at the actual state of the aircraft. So, fatigue's 13, fatigue is 5. We did have a patrol over here. I think what we do then is we could very much consider actually launching sweeps over there. So we do have our forces unloading here. How is the kind of groups Alpha Java doing? We'll take a look at them shortly. Good, they've unloaded, which is fantastic. So these forces are here now, so we do have additional aviation support. And we have 84 and we require 68. So that's pretty good there. I suppose the issue is we are likely to take operational losses, but I am building a good number of Oscars. It's a shame about the pilots, but it's one of these things. Okay, so we do see he has only 5 bombers and 8 auxiliary over here at Palembang, as far as we can tell. A small garrison, actually, supposedly. 4 units. It might be that we actually attempt a direct landing at Palembang, but I can imagine he probably has a coastal defense force there. So probably going to be ferocious fighting, but we'll see. We'll see how that one goes. It's going to be ferocious either way, really. Okay. The Koepang group, yeah, good point there. We do have, let's see. Yep, looks like they've been loaded up there. So we have the 124th Infantry ready to go here, which is excellent. We've been loading up supplies. I don't think we need any additional supplies. I mean, we do have what? Over 1,000, yeah, just over 1,000 tons there. The garrison isn't that large. We'd be able to resupply them via the air if necessary, so I think what we'll do here then is cancel the loading of supplies. I'm going to look towards give them an actual escort. Ah, right, the light cruisers are over here at Kuantan then. Okay. Palembang's coastal defense forces are light on the first turn. Well, the thing is, it's looking like he has 4 units here. I don't know, he might have reinforced Java, it's hard to say. But there's supposedly 4 units over here at Palembang. Obviously, we'll keep running the detection so we can really get some accurate information. But we might be able to deal with that. It might be a case of just going in deep there, but I don't expect that to be an easy thing. I don't expect that would go well, but it is a potential possibility. Now over here at Ambon, we do have 93 assault value. Our forces did make it in. Thankfully, we didn't lose them on the actual landings. It is a rough situation. The battleships obviously did expend a decent amount of ammunition there. It doesn't look like he was able to actually garner information as to the state of the battleships. Interesting enough, we have lost sight of the actual task forces around here. The one that was here. Looks like we lost sight of a lot of things over here as well, actually. What was the weather like? It doesn't look like the weather is great around this region, so that's probably why, actually. Right. So the 48th Division there is unpacking. So the day after tomorrow is when we will cross the causeway. So we'll probably be crossing the causeway on the 4th or the 5th, or beginning to cross the causeway, I suppose you could say. It's not going to be a very long march, but it is going to be a very bloody march. Thankfully it's only urban lights, at least it's only a ×2 rather than a ×4. ×4 would have been really bad. Okay, we do have the A5M4s there. More A5M4s over here. A KI-27 squadron would be nice to have around this area here just to act as a spoiler, or at least having combat air patrols from Bangkok would be nice. So I think what we're going to potentially do then... let's see. I mean, that's a very large squadron. We may look at giving them a superior commander. I could draw additional aircraft into this squadron here. Pilots are pretty good. Aircraft are pretty good as well, I should say. Actually, I had some improvements here in the experience. So 20 kills for this squadron. 5 for this squadron. Okay. Their target is 9 hexes away. I mean, this is it. I mean, what we could potentially do here then is have... I think it's probably better to have them all fly out in the first turn. And then probably what we'll do then is have them fly one at a time. I may give them reserves, but it might not be necessary. The pilots are pretty damn good, actually. They should do well enough. They should do well enough. Same here. These are actually... we do have some superior pilots in here. Okay, what I'm going to do here then is draw the additional aircraft. Strange. So 2 days they'll be ready as well. I think what we'll do then is we'll give them the reserves. Only 2 there. Now, the actual good thing is, with the actual bombers, I mean, it's a shame that we'd lost them, but at least we actually have some solid information to work on here. I'm gonna have to go and see where that other one is. Right, might have been another dot base, maybe. Okay, so destroy... Hello. Moving west. Okay, so we are gaining a better picture of the situation here then. So we do see about 3,000 troops over here at Moresby. But we do see this ship over here moving west. No. I don't think... I think it's come out of Moresby. Maybe. I think what we'll do is probably have these aircraft set to naval attack. There we go. Two seconds here, guys. Okay, I'm back, guys, but unfortunately I'm going to have to call it to a early end here. We've got a good hour in. Good hour and 12 minutes. So what we're going to be doing then is obviously probably going to be about Sunday before I can actually get a chance to take a look at the turn again. Though if I do get the time, I'll take a look in the future. So we've seen some good things, and it's obviously a shame to lose ships. It's obviously a shame to have ships damaged. But in reality, the situation isn't as bad as it first appeared. We do have a number of ships that can be repaired, that can be saved, so that's very good there. Obviously we'll organise things that will make good of this. But the main thing here to take into consideration is we do have our troops over here at Ambon. We have our troops over here at Koepang. Koepang will fall. In regards to the forces over here at Ambon, it's going to be very interesting. They don't have a huge amount of guns. So it's going to be one of those things of, well, I suppose they do have a coastal defense battery, so that's something that's a bit of a force equalizer. That's going to be interesting. Definitely very interesting. So I think what we'll do here then is prepare. I don't think he'll actually enjoy the fact that we have 60-odd fighters that may sweep at Rangoon tomorrow. But I'm going to say thank you and good night here, ladies and gentlemen. So of course, if you do enjoy my content, please do consider becoming a Patreon backer of mine. It really does make a big difference. And subscribe for more here and on YouTube at XTRG. So, until next time, good night for now, guys. Tenno, Heika, Banzai.